Incoming message from High Command. We have confirmed with concrete proof and beyond any doubt that the Automaton Collective stole our schematics for the Star of Peace. We cannot let them turn this defensive tool of peace into a destructive weapon of war. It's now up to you, our most elite and powerful force, to bring them down to justice on their own turf. We have approved the deployment of new equipment for squads to aid in the swift elimination of the Automaton threat. Push towards Cyberstan and end its insult to managed democracy, Helldivers. Let this be the last time Automatons steal from Super Earth. Here's the patch highlights. There's a Bastion tank. A new tank vehicle is ready to roll over the entrenched enemies. The Bastion tank offers unrivaled power and defense for the battlefield, but it will require your team to work together to hunt down the enemy. Chinese voiceover has been added to Helldivers 2. Arm yourself with the latest premium warbond, the Siege Breakers, loaded with a devastating hammer built for close range persuasion and an upgrade to the Helldivers favorite, Laser 16 Trident. March into battle with style with a new Warhorse set available in the Superstore. With a few exceptions, all victory poses and emotes are now interchangeable. Balancing. General changes overview. Melee weapons and armor passive with increased melee damage rebalance. Intent is to make the armor passive that increased melee damage less mandatory, but it would still be useful to make melee weapons more effective. We increased all of the melee weapons damage and decreased the modifiers on the armor passives that increase melee damage. The total damage with the melee armor passive will be higher or the same as before. Melee damage attack also got a 50% increase. SMG and pistol rounds have less sway. The intent is that the increased drag of SMG and pistol, which make it a close combat weapon and less effective at range, is the main characteristics of these weapons. We decrease the sway modifier to be the same as most other weapons. Unify weapon function directions inputs. The intent is to make weapon function modes that are similar to the same weapon function direction input. This is to make it easy to remember which direction similar types of functions are, and also make it so you use less quick weapon functions inputs. Weapon function modes that affect programmable ammo types, volley modes, safe modes, guided modes will now be in the left direction. We have not moved the underbarrel weapon switching option to the left yet, but we are looking at moving it to the left direction, so all ammo altering switching is in the left direction, even if it's an underbarrel selection. That usually is in its own direction. Made changes across all factions to increase the intensity of high difficulties. The biggest change should be noticed on the Automaton front, while Terminids and Illuminate are less affected. Value changes. Primary weapons. R2124 Constitution. Increased bayonet damage from 110 to 165. Increased bayonet melee durable damage from 55 to 83. R2 Amendment. Increased bayonet melee damage from 100 to 165. Increased bayonet melee durable damage from 55 to 83. MP48 Knight. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. SMG 37 Defender. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. SMG 72 Pummeler. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. M7S SMG. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. SG20 Holt. Move the ammo type weapon function from right to left weapon function direction. DBS2 Double Freedom. Move the volley or semi mode weapon function from right to left weapon function direction. Sidearms weapons. P72 Crisper. Increased magazine capacity from 30 to 50. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. P2 Peacemaker. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. LAS-58 Talon. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. GP31 Grenade Pistol. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. LAS-7 Dagger. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. P1113 Verdict. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. M6C/SOCOM Pistol. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. LAS-15 Loyalist. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. P11 Stim Pistol. Decreased sway modifier from 1.2 to 1. SG22 Bushwhacker. Decreased sway modifier from 1.3 to 1. Move the volley semi-mode function from right to left weapon function direction. P4 Senator. Decreased sway modifier from 1.3 to 1. GP20 Ultimatum. Decreased sway modifier from 1.3 to 1. QC30 Stun Baton. Increased damage from 50 to 75. Increased durable damage from 25 to 38. CQC19 Stun Lance. Increased damage from 110 to 165. Increased durable damage from 55 to 83. CQC2 Saber. Increased damage from 125 to 188. Increased durable damage from 65 to 98. CQC5 Combat Hatchet. Increased damage from 160 to 240. Increased durable damage from 80 to 120. CQC 42 Machete. Increased damage from 200 to 300. Increased durable damage from 100 to 150. Throwables. G7 Pineapple. Increased max amount uses 3 to 4. Increased start amount uses 2 to 3. G31 Arc. Increased max amount uses to 4 to 5. Increased start amount uses 3 to 4. Stratagems. SH20 Ballistic Shield Backpack. Shorter cooldown from 300 to 240 seconds. Orbital Smoke Strike. Shorter cooldown from 100 to 75 seconds. CQC9 Defoliation Tool. Increased damage from 300 to 450. Increased durable damage from 150 to 225. CQC1 True Flag. Increased damage from 110 to 200. Increased durable damage from 55 to 100. RS422 Railgun. Move the safe or unsafe weapon function from right to left weapon function direction. SDA X3 Wasp Launcher. Move the programmable ammo mode weapon function from right to left weapon function direction. DL21 Grenade Launcher. Increased armor penetration level from medium to heavy. Armor passives. Peak Physique. Decreased melee damage bonus from 100 to 40. Rock Solid. Decreased melee bonus from 100 to 40. Reinforced Epaulets. Decreased melee damage bonus from 50 to 20. Enemies. General. Some enemies have had their damage versus durable rebalance to adjust for Helldiver vehicles with large health pools. It will not change their effectiveness against normal Helldivers, only their vehicles. Things like attacks from Bile Titans, Chargers, Crescent Overseers, rocket-firing automatons, Hulk melee attacks, mortars, acid, etc. have gotten values adjusted. Some of the adjustments only affect certain targets, for example, the Bastion. Other adjustments will also affect the FRV and exosuits. Enemies' aim calculations were not always updated when there were many enemies trying to aim, making automatons on high difficulties a bit bad at aiming. They should now attempt to update the aim better, considering the data they have before they get another proper aim update. This means that automatons will aim better when there are a lot of them without any further cost to performance. Terminids, Dragon Roach, lower the direct damage from the flame attack by 25%. Automatons, Rocket Raider. Rockets now deal less increased damage versus durable targets. Remove durable on arms. Rocket Devastator. Rockets now deal increased damage versus durable targets. Hulk Bruiser. Rockets now deal increased damage versus durable targets. Gunship. Updated its targeting software so it will now be better at hitting their targets. Rockets now deal increased damage versus durable targets. Illuminate. Overseer. Overseer's weapon now deals increased damage versus durable targets. Crescent Overseer. Increased force on artillery attack to stagger the Helldiver. Increase the damage on its direct shot attack. Crescent Overseer's weapon now deals increased damage versus durable targets. Gameplay. Emotes and victory poses. Emotes and victory poses are now interchangeable, except for a few exceptions like emotes that require 2 people, the kick, and a few others. All the victory poses can now be used as emotes, and the emotes can now be used as victory poses. Fixes. Hang detection. As part of our ongoing war against bugs and instability, we have introduced hang detection feature in the PC version. If the game hangs, freezes, for more than 20 seconds, then this new feature will crash the game instead of letting it stay hung. This generates a file called Crash Dump, which contains important debugging information for our programs to diagnose and fix the root cause of the hang. If you experience a hang, please wait at least 40 seconds before restarting your PC to allow the hang detector to do its job. If you experience a 20+ second hang followed by the crash, if the crash reporting window shows up, please submit the report as usual. If the crash reporting window doesn't show up, it can fail. We humbly request that you share the crash file dump with our player support team at https://arrowhead.zendesk.com/. They will be able to assist you in locating and sharing the crash dump file. With your help, we can eliminate these issues once and for all. Crash fixes. Fix a rare crash caused by weapon customization desynchronization. Fix a rare crash that would occur when players would access the galactic map. Fix a crash caused by automatons in lava missions. Weapons and stratagem fixes. RS-422 Railgun magazine during reload animation is now visible. When finishing an eradication mission after a mission time has run out, an overzealous second Pelican pilot will no longer heroically try to extract our noble Helldivers if another is already en route. AX Flame 75 Guard Dog Hot Dog has its sound effects fixed. ARGL-21 1-2 underbarrel explosions sound effects are now fixed. MLS-4X Commando rockets will now target properly, rather than targeting the last place the Helldiver aims at. Fix an issue where the R36 Eruptor displayed incorrect zoom levels options when using non-zoom scope attachment. Fix a bug where the B1 supply pack will give infinite supplies when dropped. Fix the visual glitches that appear in the preview section of the weapon customizations menu. Helldivers can now reload whilst inside an M102 fast reconnaissance vehicle. B1 supply pack can no longer be used on Helldivers when their ammo, grenades, and stims are full. Fixed a bug where story campaign operations would not persist between game sessions. Projectiles from turret stratagems will now also hit their owners. Ministry of Defense has installed scrubbing chips on the ground all-terrain extraction rig, preventing accidental lock-on by smart weaponry. RS-422 Railgun now properly displays the clip during the reload animation if the player reloads the weapon immediately after firing. When cancelling a reload after a new projectile was made visible, but before it was put into the weapon would display the shell in the weapon even with the weapon empty. The weapons will now correctly display if it is ready to fire or not. Heat-based weapons are now displaying overheating properly in the weapon function menu. Kills with one true flag will now count towards major order kills. Fix the M1000 minigun wind-up sounds which would sometimes not play properly. Player can no longer throw multiple stratagems after entering and exiting emplacements. Grenade launcher shots and explosions from ARGL-21 1-2 rifle should now be visible when shot by other players. P92 Warrant made the drag and gravity the same on the non-guided projectile as the last patch change for the guided projectile. Move the guided mode or non-guided mode function weapon from right to left weapon function. Fixed crosshairs not updating when toggling its weapon function through the new input bindings. Enemies. Enemies have learned how to target better. Fixed spawn rate on rapid acquisition missions. On difficulty 7 to 10, adjusted spawn points on rapid acquisition map. Miscellaneous fixtures. Miscellaneous fixes. Automaton dropships will now move less erratically when dropping enemies. Fix incorrect camera positioning when transitioning to first person while reloading. Fix an issue where players could land on command bunkers in city missions. Fix certain items not being interactable inside specific POIs on magma planets. Solve terrain height changing when approaching or moving away from a deformed piece of terrain, causing a weird visual effect. Exiting a vehicle now properly inherits the vehicle's velocity. High Command has now authorized commando missions to be carried out on all automaton-controlled planets. They will frequently be available to choose alongside the regular peacekeeping operations going forward. Fix damage inconsistencies between client and host damage. Clients should no longer do less damage than the host. Players no longer get stuck under the bridge during rapid acquisition missions. The Helldiver properly follows hand position protocols when activating power stations. Camera correctly points towards the Helldiver during the push-up emote. The battery light will now turn off after its delivery during C's fusion battery's objective. Draw emote no longer locks melee weapons. Adjusted automaton scanner glare. They will no longer shine white while scanning for Helldivers. The Super Earth flag is now correctly playing the Super Earth anthem when using the stratagem during Hive World mission. The Helldiver now moves their hand away from terminal screens to not block sight to whoever is looking over their shoulder. Xbox only. Smoke will no longer display green artifacts on red planets. On all devices, Guard Dog series on stratagems have had their names shortened to improve readability. They're still your loyal companions, but now with shorter, easier to read names. Optimizations. We improved fog density and visibility between volumetric fog quality settings, making the lowest and low settings match. Improved performance of building material found in colonies and cities. Removed the light source that was attached to the Helldiver, which was used for making dark environments brighter near the player. Tweaked and improved playability and visibility in darker environments instead. Fixed an issue that was causing some players to get 10002026 error during login attempt. Implemented performance improvements affecting explosions in general, destruction primarily surrounding bot factories. And that's the end of the patch update. I'd like to think that this is all in the upcoming release of the Cyberstan attack, because we know it's coming. Super said so. So, I feel like melee is going to be some meta, and apparently the pineapple grenade as well, because that's got itself buffed from medium to heavy armor penetrating, so that's going to basically destroy everything. But that's ultimately the end of it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.